Is buying a Palm Springs short-term vacation rental still a good idea? Neal here with fellow realtor Kim Bloch, and we're going to dive into the pros and cons of buying a Palm Springs short-term vacation rental. The first question that comes to mind is what determines a short-term vacation rental as opposed to a midterm or an annual rental? The number of days for a short-term rental is typically under 28 days or less. Midterm is over 30 days. This could even be a couple of months or even 6 months. And of course, annual is on a yearly basis.
As we said, rules and regulations sometimes change in our Coachella Valley, so please reach out to Neal or myself. We're always happy to bring you up to speed. As of this recording, here are the cities that currently allow short-term vacation rentals. Let's start off at the northwest end of our valley in Palm Springs.
The city of Palm Springs does allow short-term vacation rentals. But do keep in mind that if a property is in an HOA, then the HOA determines whether or not they're allowed. And there are a handful of HOAs that do allow short-term vacation rentals.
The city has implemented a new rule package that establishes a cap of 20% of the homes in residential neighborhoods for short-term rental permits received after October 17, 2022.
This means that only a limited percentage of homes in those areas can be used as short-term vacation rentals.
There are still plenty of neighborhoods that aren't up to their capacity, so don't let that scare you off. Council members also voted to limit the number of days that short-term vacation rental owners can rent their homes, going from 36 times down to 26.
This change is now in effect, but for existing short-term vacation rental owners, this change will go into effect on January 1st, 2026. However, there is a group of people trying to push for more days.
Do keep in mind that this means 26 bookings. One booking could be during season for 2 months, or a 3-day weekend would also be considered one booking.
The city of Palm Springs and all other desert resort cities have a 24-hour-day noise ordinance that is strictly enforced. Guests must keep the volume of voices and entertainment at a reasonable level and bring conversations indoors after 9 p.m. And they need to close all windows and doors to keep any noise inside.
In my opinion, this is just common courtesy. My husband and I have 2 short-term rentals in La Quinta and never have had guests complain or break this rule.
Vacation rental occupancy is limited to 2 adults per bedroom plus 2 additional occupants, or a maximum of 10 adults and 4 children.
Now let's talk about the city of Cathedral City and their rules for short-term rentals.
Effective on January 1st, 2023, all existing short-term vacation rental permits previously issued by the city shall terminate, and permittees shall discontinue the use of the properties for a short-term vacation rental. The exception to the rule is if you're in an HOA like Desert Princess, where they do have many short-term vacation rentals.
Moving right along to the city of Palm Desert. Short-term vacation rentals are prohibited within the R1 and R2 zones, excluding on-site owner short-term rental permits. Short-term rentals are allowed in the following zones: residential estate, residential multiple family except for apartment units, and planned residential only within an HOA that allows for short-term rentals with written approval.
So if your short-term vacation rental is located in an HOA and will be owner-occupied, you do not need a letter of approval signed by the HOA.
So what about the city of Rancho Mirage? Their rules are very similar as Cathedral City. Rancho Mirage short-term rental applications will be considered for properties that belong to an HOA that does not prohibit short-term rental activity.
And as far as the city of Indian Wells goes, a property owner wanting a new short-term vacation rental license permit is restricted to a 29-night minimum throughout the year, with the exception of the tennis tournament, which allows for a 7-night minimum 1 week preceding and ending 3 days after the conclusion of the BNP Paribas tennis tournament.
There is an exception in the municipal code that allows a homeowners association to opt out of the city's minimum stay regulation. Only property owners still need to get a short-term rental license permit, pay the quarterly transient occupancy tax, and abide by all other regulations of the ordinance.
The city of La Quinta is no longer issuing new short-term vacation rental permits unless the property is located within a village commercial district zone, within a tourist commercial district, or within a residential project within a development agreement with the city, or a conditional approval attached to any entitlement approved by the city.
Please note that HOAs that allow short-term vacation rentals that are not listed above are not exempt. There are 13 commercially zoned areas that do allow short-term rentals.
Existing short-term vacation rental permit holders can continue to operate as long as their permit is renewed before the expiration date in accordance with the La Quinta Municipal Code. Now, Kim, how about the City of Indio?
The City of Indio does allow short-term rentals. However, if the property is in an HOA, then the HOA is the one who determines if they are allowed or not.
And we also want to mention the City of Bermuda Dunes, which is an unincorporated area of Riverside County.
Bermuda Dunes does allow short-term rentals with the exception of Bermuda Dunes Country Club.
And the City of Coachella also allows short-term vacation rentals, as does Desert Hot Springs.
Keep in mind that HOAs determine whether or not they allow them.
Often we get asked if short-term rental permits are transferable. Short-term rental permits are not transferable to another person, entity, or accessor parcel number, or to another property owner.
The process time to get permitted and licensed is different in each city, and it changes from time to time depending on the amount the city is processing.
If you have any questions about buying a short-term vacation rental about any type of real estate, just click on the contact button below and get in touch with us. We'd love to work with you. Now watch this next video about living here in the Palm Springs area.